part of the shit. And then me and her ain't get along. So how can I be real? You know what I'm saying? So I try to stay and try to hold his name to another standard rather than bringing him down and go into that. Me personally, I don't know. I never seen a man hit his wife in his life. But obviously,
me neither.
Video.
Hey, me either.
There you go. Right?
Me
So so what you want me to do? I told her what she told me one time about that. I said, listen, he had passed away. I said, I've never seen him argue with you.
Me neither.
What do you want me to do? So for anybody out there who still cares about old Terror Squad and PUNS, just so that you know, we never seen him touch the woman.
Never.
And we didn't know. Like,
I seen a hardworking man, a loving dad, a person that loved his family and friends and went hard for them. I've never seen that in my life. I ain't see it.
And so y'all can get an understanding. And fuck it, because we up here talking, rest in peace, PUNS. But I met, so because his son is so loyal to his mom's raised him. Anybody gonna be loyal to their moms? I'm loyal to my.
We're not mad at that. We get it.
You want this son, right? So by mistake, I bump into him in the studio, and everybody in the studio says, "Yo, y'all two should talk." This is a jumper moment, guys who care, right? So they say, "Y'all two should talk." And so we go in the room and we talk. And I think what's his man was there, Scorpio or whatever. And not for nothing, Scorpio always been a cool guy, but Booby the Box is his real favorite cousin. So let's be clear on that one.
Booby the Boxer was PUNS' favorite.
Booby the Boxer was his favorite cousin. That like stop the capping in 2022. Now, right, which Booby the Boxer, maybe 10 years after PUNS died, I was still helping him pay his bills, still giving him training, sending him to Florida with Buddy McGirt. So, you know, I keep it real with mine. Booby the Boxer was always a real dude. He never crossed the line to this day, his family. When his mother died, I showed up to the funeral.
When Gail died?
Yes.
His mom.
When Booby the Boxer's mother died, I showed up to the funeral, paid my respect. So I always been real with whoever kept it real with me. Okay? So I go in there, and so we talking. And all I could do, Tone, is pray that you could do this for me one day or whatever if I'm not here. So I catch the kid. I said, listen, there wasn't a day that your father didn't wear a purple fur and you and your sisters ain't have a purple fur. There wasn't a day that he didn't buy a motorcycle and bought the same mini motorcycles for you.
Or the same chain. Or the same bracelet. They had watches. They had Rolexes.
Have I ever seen your father without two guys? He wasn't a father running around the streets and nothing like that. There's never been a day I've never seen this man without you. Your father loves you, brother. Your father loves you. He loves you to death, and I'm here to tell you the truth.
That's a fact.
Your father loves you. He's a good man. He's this. I never seen him hit your moms. I'm sorry. I never did. I'm not saying he didn't because obviously she proved it to the world, right? So I go and I say to myself, listen, man, you know, and I just break it down to him like a real brother would, just because all his life he ain't been hearing that his father loved him, that his father was there for him. So all I could do in my 10 minutes of conversation with him in front of Scorpio was tell him the truth from my vision. Nothing but upliftment. This,
but Scorp is not PUNS' cousin though. Scorp is not PUNS' cousin. Scorp is Liza's cousin.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't want to talk like that. But
all right, we're not talking bad. I'm just saying.
I'm not mad at him, but I seen somebody post Scorp is his favorite cousin. Booby the Boxer was his favorite cousin. But
Weepy, Booby the Boxer and Weepy.
So,
those are his guys.
Because we talking about some shit I never talked about in my life. Let me get this off. Because this is it. This is the one hitter quitter. I never, right? So I tell, the 5 minutes I catch the kid, I'll tell him nothing but the truth. Your father loved you. He was a good man. He was I think whatever a real brother would say, right? So now, 2 weeks later, his wife was suing me, right? Remember, she was suing me. By the way, she never got $1 from me. Like, I never stole from her. I never did. I don't want to go down that road, right? But when I go to the court 2 weeks later, it says, hello, people who really want to be in the Bonchinche and want to know something. It says that I bumped into his son and I threatened him in federal court of a lawsuit. Her lawyer says, yo, he saw his son, he threatened him, I never told this kid nothing but that we love him, that if it would have been any other way, he would have called me uncle, we would have been there, unfortunately. I showed him nothing but love. Like, I did the most loving thing you could do in the world, and in court, 2 weeks later, it said that I threatened him. So now, guys, I can't go in that direction you guys want, because the one time I did talk, it turned into a movie. It's nothing I can do. It's nothing I can do. And so, they need to understand that I have tried above and beyond to just make that, I never wanted to talk like that because I didn't want people to really be all in the bit. I didn't want to talk shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's still my brother. And the loyalty code, now I know. And I know. Because if I was Jose Antonio Cartagena, and I was a fan of hip-hop, and I love Big Pun and Fat Joe, and somebody would have said, Fat Joe, shitted on his wife, I wouldn't like Fat Joe, Joseph Cartagena, Antonio. I'm going to be honest with you. So people don't understand how deep this shit that's been going on for 20-something years goes, because I don't like it. The whole point of my whole crew, my whole existence, my whole DNA is loyalty. That's the whole point of my existence, is being loyal to my people. So when they say, yo, this and this and that, I try to take the high road and not be disrespectful. So they don't understand. And so that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, because our brother deserved a bigger legacy. He deserved to get put on a higher pedestal. He deserved to get everything, we do for all the other heroes and leaders. But every time we try to do something to uplift our brother, they bring the shit that they put out and use it against us when we try to move them forward. It's just the truth, right? And so this is why I was scared to come on here. Chris was a kid. He was a baby. Somebody said, bring him on. He was a baby. He can't tell you nothing. He was 3 years old. He don't really know. He know what his mother knows, or whatever the case may be. He don't know. He don't know. So he only know, and the daughters only know what their family told him. He don't know. He was not here. He was a baby. He was a kid. Yeah. And so I'm being honest with you, right? So I wish the kid nothing but love, respect. I told on here before, we did the 20th anniversary in Radio City. I invited him to come out with Cameron, with Buster, with he could do all the Puns verses. He refused to do it. So the guy, I spoke to his son and I said, yo, I want you to do your father's parts, come out with everybody. It's going to be a movie, Radio City. He told me yeah first. And then he called back and said, my mother said I can't do it. And so that's what happened with that one, right? So I don't know what to tell you, brother. And so we got to keep going over this thing, fucked up feeling to where you want to we want to throw a ticker tape parade. Nobody want to represent Big Pun like us. But
nobody ever will. Nobody ever will either.
Well, every time we do it, they want to, not just dumb, but, people who think they know half of a story or whatever they heard or whatever the case may be, want to throw some shit into it and talk about some shit they don't know about. Because when the man was here, we was inseparable.
That's
we
a
were
fact.
brothers. The man tattooed brothers. The man tattooed my face. We were brothers. I took care of him more than I took care of myself, Tone. I video spending all the money on my brother so he could blow, not just for us, for Boricuas, for Latinos, for hip hop. That's what it was all about, putting them first. When 100%, the song you got with him, that's a classic. Steve Rifkin puts me on the phone and says, please don't say nothing, Joe. It's a bunch of radio guys on the phone, right? And a bunch of radio guys on the phone. And he says, don't say nothing. So they talking, it's not their fault, right? But they talking on the phone. They say, yo, we can't play this song. It's Spanish. There ain't no Puerto Ricans in Alabama. There ain't no Puerto Ricans in Chattanooga. There ain't no Puerto Ricans in Memphis, Tennessee. It might look different now with Latinos, but back in them days, there was no Latinos or Puerto Ricans down there. So I'm listening to the call. Steve Rifkin put me on the call, right? You know what I did? I still went and spent $600,000 in that video and shot it in New York, shot it in Puerto Rico, still put it out, still did whatever because I knew it was going to be big forever for Latinos and Boricuas in hip hop. So I spent that money knowing I'm not getting that shit back. He was gone to make sure my brother shine.
That was a good move. That was a good move, though. That was an amazing move.
A legendary move.
That was not only a good move for him. That was a good move for me. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you very, very much.
What's it feel like to be in there like a legendary? You know, Puerto Rican Parade ain't the same. It used to be 5 million people out there. The police found a way to shut that shit down. They shut that shit down, right? But what did it feel like when you used to hear 100% in the Puerto Rican Parade at our prime while we got the Puerto Rican bandanas?
Unbelievable. I couldn't, you know, it was so surreal, but what I couldn't believe was that I was a part of it, that I was actually on the record. So, you know, to see thousands and thousands and thousands of people at a parade just singing, you know what I'm saying, word for word, what you're singing on the record was crazy. You know what I mean? So I've always been super appreciative that Pun allowed me to be part of that record and that you pressed the button on it. You know what I mean?
You know, Pun loved you to death. He loved Prospect to death. He loved all of them. He loved Cuban. He loved Safe. He loved all of us. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy shit is that after he passed, all this shit I started hearing, I never heard that while Pun was alive.
Me neither.
I never heard him complain about me one time.
Me either.
I never heard him complain about, never. I never heard all this shit that came out after, yo, because this and that. Yo, what are you guys talking about? Like,
I know Pun since I was 15 years old. I traveled the world with him. I went on every tour. I went to every city. I went with him to the Fat Farm. I came back with him from the Fat Farm. I never heard Pun say anything bad about you. Not me.
I never heard it. And so unfortunately, I don't know. This was news to me, brother. So maybe I was naive. Maybe I was done. Maybe I don't know. But I've never heard any. You know, as far as I'm concerned, it's my brother. You know, I went to two years depression. Now I don't know if you guys out here are listening correctly, or you take this shit I'm saying lightly. This is real fucking shit. Now, if you've never been through depression, you'll never know what the
shit
fuck
is
I'm
real.
talking about. Depression
is real.
I'm talking about it's summertime and it's sunny and it looked like nighttime. I would go in the bathtub and sleep in the bathtub looking at the ceiling with no water running, right? And so I felt guilty. I felt sad about my brother wasn't here. And I punished myself. I got fat, started drinking a lot. Before that, I had never drank. Started drinking a lot. My health was deteriorating. People saw I wasn't the same.